Hello, my people. Let's look at the item shop to start the day off. Why don't we? And hello to all my people watching the restreams, by the way. I see on my comments that there is a handful of people on my last YouTube live re-upload that people were like, oh, I'd love to catch a stream, but I live in so-and-so country, so it's hard with the time difference. So shout out and hello to all you guys tuning in for the restream, even though we're live here. And also, huge shout out to Opie Openstein. You okay, Winnie? Come here. You good? I got a French bulldog. Sometimes she has little breathing episodes. Come here, baby. Come here. You're good. Good. Yeah, you're good. Gotta make sure my dogs feel safe. Dude, these look so clean, bro. Gambit, Rogue. The colors just pop, you know? I think they could have done better on Hawkeye. I feel like he looks so plain. Like, why no? I guess, like, here he's probably just got plain black pants, so that's probably why. But I just feel like this could have been more. What's going on, Jess? Honestly, the Wonder Woman looks so clean, too. All the silver, the gold, metallic-y colors. Code Epic Bricks in the item shop, by the way. Do you buy stuff out of the item shop? Do you subscribe to Fortnite Crew? Do you buy skins on a regular basis? Do you pray that LEGO will put more build kits in the item shop? Well, if you answered yes to any of those questions, and you don't have a creator code typed in, Code Epic Bricks, highly appreciated. But wait, there's more. Put on my 1-800 commercial voice. Especially if you subscribe to Fortnite Crew now. Because the Fortnite Crew, obviously you're getting charged, what, the 12 or 14 bucks a month or whatever it is to stay subscribed. Every time it charges you for the monthly subscription, as long as you have a creator code typed in, it counts for that as well. Not only do we want, dude, at this point, we will, I don't even care about new builds. Give us just consistent, reoccurring ones. Because we are just in a drought where it's like, dude, where's Captain's Battlements at, yo? Where's the full Lion Knights kit? What's another one that hasn't come into the shop in a while that I'm probably forgetting? Like, at least give us the old ones cycling in. Like, I know they... Because, like, last time they made a big announcement, like, oh, they got stuff coming back to the shop. And it was 3 kits, which was great. But the Lion Knights one wasn't a full one, even though it wasn't the full price. And then they were in the shop for like 4 or 5 days, and now it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since then. Like, I'm like, can we get like at least 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week gone? Like, maybe I just don't see why it's not a permanent part of the item shop. Because, like, one might argue, oh, it takes up space. Well, dude, you see how big the item shop is these days? It's got to be, I don't know what's going on in the background of why it's not happening, but I just feel like, because they have all the rocket racing stuff and the festival stuff down at the bottom. Why? Like, I'll even take it at the bottom. I'll take the bottom of the shop. Yeah, I'll take what I can get, man. Put the kits at the bottom. They don't even got to be anywhere near the top. They don't got to touch the skins and the collab, Adidas things. Just put it all the way at the bottom. People know they're there if they want them. What's going on, Max? What's going on, White Knight? Do they not want to take my money? For real. What's crazy is at the beginning when people were really upset with the game overall, because, like, you know, it's still not getting the most consistent updates as we'd like. But, you know, at the beginning it still needed a lot of work. And people were like, no, fix the game and give us more updates before you do build kits. And that's like, I swear, the first couple months of the game, it was just like, build kits, build kits, build kits, build kits in the item shop. New build kits, reoccurring build kits, build kits. Radio silence. Like, what happened? As soon as people wanted them, they took away. When people didn't want them, when people were like making complaints on Reddit every other day, it was nobody would touch an item kit with a 40-foot pole. And the second they leave, everybody wants them. It's weird. We want to spend money. For real, though. So we're trying to find a blaster cave still. Oh, looks like the transition. And while I'm in here, we can talk. Does anybody who here wants me to talk about cave navigation and exploration? Not only how to get your way out, like I just set up there, but also how caves are set up. If I get any level of interest, I'll go into the whole spiel. Okay, so I'm kind of looking for a specific chamber, but the way caves work, whether it's a desert cave, frost cave, whatever, and the grottos are kind of different. They're a little more linear, I think. But all the other mainland caves, they work like you're going into a big castle with a bunch of random rooms. When you enter the front of the castle, it's a randomly generated room. It could be, I think in this game for a desert cave, there's probably like a dozen to 24 different, what I call chamber models. So like this is a chamber, and if you've played and gone through enough desert caves, you might recognize this exact chamber from other caves you've explored. So it's basically like you're going into a big castle with randomized rooms, and every castle you go into pretty much has not the same exact rooms, but you'll notice the same rooms in different orders. It's exactly how the caves are set up. The only way to get from one room to the other is to go through a door from, one room to the other. And that's how these chambers work, is once you come in through the entrance, which was up there, you'll have this whole chamber, and they're not all as open as this one. Some of them are a little hard to, like, identify where the borders, of the whole kind of chamber is. But where you can tell the transition from one chamber to the other, or the door, is you'll see one of these archways, but also here, perfect example. These skeletons will not be able to follow you across the border of one chamber to another chamber. And each chamber is pretty, like, self-enclosed. Sometimes there's forks. Like, if I came in through this entrance, there might be another archway in this cave, but generally it's like a one-way type of deal, and you'll see some exits along the way. But generally, if the entrance was up there, there's going to be one way to go deeper into the cave. So you just kind of have to identify the chamber, where the chamber transition is, and then now we're into this chamber, which, as you can see, is a whole big open area of new space. And what I like to do is every time I get into a new chamber is I throw down a campfire somewhere that's like really easy to see from like this. See how like this chamber is kind of wide open? So like if I was over there, I could see this campfire. If I was down there, I could see this campfire for the most part. And then what I do is I place a stairway to remind me that this is the way out. So like, let's say I got, for whatever reason or another, I got lost in this chamber and I just wasn't seeing that campfire to lead me out. And then I would go this way, and then I would go, oh, is this the way out? And then I would go, oh, well, no, because that thing is facing that way, which means that this would be further into the cave, right? So when I'm coming back out this would help me identify that this is the way I need to leave. And that's generally what I do. And some, like I said, some chambers aren't as just round and open like these ones are, but you'll see. I'm going to basically be speed running through these, and all chambers are walkable from top to bottom. Let's say you got like down there, you could skip across the lava, but there is a physical walkable path that could get you back to the top. You don't always need a grappler. Oh crap. Now where the next chamber entrance is, this could very well end up being the end of the cave, but boom, right there. It's not always going to be in the same spot in the same chamber. Like I said, with the whole room thing, so you might recognize this chamber, but you might be like, well, my entrance was over here and the exit was over there. So sometimes the exits and entrances change, but the chambers themselves are pretty, like, repeatable after you've been in enough caves. Yo, Zeppelin, thank you for the heart me's, and also Maverick, thank you for the rose. What is the fastest way to make a tool legendary? Well, they took away the cheese, soft wall method. So this should be the transition. Oh wait, maybe it's not. Oh yeah, there it is. I was gonna say there's the. So these archways are pretty identifiable too. They're kind of hard to miss. They're very U-shaped. And then, like I said, if you ever want to test to be like, is this the right way? Is this the new chamber? Grab a skeleton nearby and see if he'll cross. You can even see the damn line in the landscape, in the whatever it's called, the graphic. You can even like see the line of the border there. But now this would be another chamber. Now again, this chamber is very open and easy to kind of like tell what parts of the chamber are what. Now this chamber, as we go through this way, this drops down, and we could also go this way and down, but this whole chamber is a little bit what I call, this is like a very vertical chamber. So what I'll do is I'll put a campfire there, so that way when I'm down there, I can see this campfire and know the exit's up here. Aim our campfire that way to remind us to go that way. And then from here, we just got to find the next transition, which look at that. I think it's right there. That looks like it. So this chamber is very like vertically shaped, so it's not as easy to identify like the borders. But right now I am in the same chamber I was just in. That might look like one of the archways, but again, you could always test it. That guy's a ranged guy, so he's gonna go ranged anyway. But this is, I don't believe that's a transition. This is just an extended part of that chamber, as well as this down here. You can get lost in some of these chambers like crazy. But then the way I came in is what? Back up there. Oh yeah, I went up. It's up. Duh. So the way I came in was up there, but I think the way to the next chamber, where was it? No, turn around. I'm a little turned around. And I got guys chasing me. But some of these chambers are a little more confusing than others, and that's why it helps to mark things. Because again, out here, I don't believe the exit to the next chamber is anywhere over here. I think it was where I just saw a minute ago. But I decided to walk by to show you more. But this whole chamber is part of where I just walked into. Although it's not like literally, you know, there's not a direct pathway. It's kind of like very snaky and vertical. But again, there should be a walkable path, even though it was kind of a drop down. Ooh, let's find it. There should be a walkable path back to the top. We just have to find it. Also, that looks like this might be a way to a new chamber too. Oh wait, that was the... Yeah, that was 100%. Okay, so I came in somewhere over here. Wherever my campfire is up top, but I think we found the other chamber. We'll worry about it later. See how confusing it is even when you mark it? Some of the, like I said, some chambers are easier than others. But this should be like that guy. See how he starts throwing rocks even though he's a melee guy? So this is definitely the next area. And sometimes, like right here, I could build the campfire right here to lead me back. But as you can tell, as this cave, this part of the transition, it kind of gives you a one-way tube right here. So there's kind of no point for me to set that checkpoint there. I'd rather wait until I go through this one-way tube, because again, I really can't go the wrong way here. And then when I spit out here... Guys, I found it! We found it. This is the chamber. But once I get here, this is the chamber, whereas that's kind of like a tube. It's like an extended transition between the two chambers. So then I'll put this here to lead me back through there. But we found it. Dude, success! This is the chamber. So you kill all these things, and even the scorpions, because then in a couple seconds, it might not always come back as a blaster, but it has a really good chance, and you can just farm blast core. Dude, we found it so early in the stream. Yes, so you do what you do. See, this is a spawn location, like right about here. This is a spawn location. You can see every place where I kill one of these creatures. It's a spawn location, and they should only take about like 30 seconds to respawn. But even if they're a spider, a scorpion, or a blaster, they all share the same spawn location. So you want to be taking out the spiders, because then they, in a like 20-30 seconds, they have a chance to come back as a blaster instead. Correct me if I'm wrong. I still don't have. I don't have to log out and log back in. Yeah, this one's already back. And there's a spawn here, like up in this area. There's a spawn there. Sometimes they move around. And I believe, yeah. So this one's went blaster to blaster, but I believe they still switch around, or are they set? I guess they could have changed lately, or am I just getting really unlucky? Because I remember when I did it back in the day, they would be shared locations. Yeah, see, that one's a blaster now. That one was definitely a scorpion or something before. Yeah, this one definitely spawned back as a blaster. See how quick it is? Like, I just got done taking out. So that one was a blaster before, now it's a spider. So there's like a spawn location there, where that, oh, I somehow didn't pick that up. But there, you'll start to recognize all the different spawn locations. There's always one on the bridge. There's always one like right there, one right there, one right there, one right there, one like up on that perch. You'll start to recognize all the areas you need to run to. But this is all just like chance for finding this chamber to begin with. I think this is like the end too. This is probably a dead end. I bet this is the end of the cave. Yep, this is the end of the cave too. The only way through is out. But yeah, you'll start to notice, like, I'm probably getting a little unlucky right now because, again, I think it's like a split 33% chance each for the spider, scorpion, or the blaster. So you kind of just go in a circle. I'm going to head out of this cave in a second because my main weapon's almost broken. I'm going to go back to my base, get another weapon built up, and then come back here with, like, pretty much empty bags. And then set a marker, a bus station, because now I can come here anytime. It's a little bit far into the cave, but it's not hard to, like, run past all the enemies like I did, especially since I have all the checkpoints set up. And after I come to this cave, like, 1 or 2 times, I'll probably just have the run memorized anyway, like where I need to go. Bro still playing this game? Bro still worries about what other people play in their free time? During their free time? That's the worst game to play. Also, taking out the scorpions, because obviously you're trying to force the spawns for the blaster creature, but the silk and the meat isn't a terrible bonus. Mostly the meat, because that's something that's not as easily grindable like silk is from sheeps and stuff. Where are you looking for? Right here, actually, I found it. You are looking at the Blaster Spawner Deluxe chamber. What you want to make sure is that you have luck 3 on your weapon when you're farming this, so that way every blaster you take out has a chance to drop you 2 blast core instead of just 1. Why do I feel like I'm getting mega unlucky? I think I'm gonna bring a second cool-headed charm too, just to get rid of that hot notification every 2 seconds. It's quite annoying. Do you just play LEGO? On stream, yeah, but otherwise I play some other games just for fun while I'm not streaming. Like, obviously other parts of caves have blasters. But this one has like the most amount of spawns in the smallest amount of space, which is what makes it pretty optimal for farming the blast core. But again, it just seems like I'm just getting really unlucky. That, or they changed up the spawn chances, like they're like less of a chance to be a blaster now or something. But as you can see, you pretty much go in a circle in here and just take them all out. There we go. See? Blaster, and then there's another one up there. I think I'm just getting a little unlucky. But it all you stay in here for like 20-40 minutes, you'll have a pretty good handful of blast core, I promise. And also, huge tip for this game, you might notice that spider has visuals on, just like in Battle Royale. It's actually so clutch in this game, because as soon as that, like, what it's really helpful for, honestly, is when you're even out in the open, and you're, like, looking for a brute. Sometimes a brute will be, like, over a hill, and it'll be kind of quiet, and you might not ever know the brute is there, but if you have these visuals on, so just go to settings, go to your audio settings, and then go to visualize sound effects, and just turn that on, and it makes it really easy to spot where things are, like creatures and stuff. And obviously what they are too. Like if you're in expert mode, sometimes it's good to know you have like 3 wolves that are around the corner coming. Oh wait, there's a, oh. Weird, there's like a weird split here. Wonder if there's an alternate entrance down here in this exit, or in here. Because this goes into a whole different, I thought this was the end of the cave. It's just a dead end over there. But this way, I didn't even see that way. Interesting. That is a different chamber though over there. What am I making? Nothing right now. I'm more just farming up some materials that I want to get a handle on, which is mostly glass core. But I'm not mad about the extra meat. I'm gonna grab off all these scorpions though. There we go, getting some better luck on this one. But the trick is you want to take out the spiders and the scorpions. The faster you do, the faster they have a chance to come back as a blaster. And again, it's random. You might get lucky. The same location might have 3 blasters in a row. You might get unlucky, and the same location might go like spider, scorpion, spider, scorpion, spider, scorpion. But generally, it averages out, and you go around, and there's like 3 or 4 blasters per run around. So like that one's already back. And they do spawn really, really quickly. But the faster you take out the scorpions, the faster you can get. But we're gonna head out real quick. I'm gonna mark this cave. Woo! That's the wrong way. I think they are like sets, like they're set spawn locations, but I think they've always been like, I think in World of Warcraft it works like that, where I don't know if certain mobs spawn on certain locations or if it's like randomized, but also I want that to lead me. That's how I go further in, technically. I just need to find where the actual exit was over here. Oh, there we go. Oh, so it's just like hard left. Okay. I'll remember. Hey, leave me alone. We must prepare for farming. You see, we can see my campfire from up there now. It's really easy to backtrack out of the cave. Sorry to disappoint you, Chris. Put next to your garage, because my village is looking bad right now. Put a, like, not a crafting area for you, but just, like, build, like, a little, almost like a workbench area, like someone who's like a hardware and like, you know, woodworking enthusiast or something. So they would have like a lumber mill next to the garage and like maybe put just some like piles of wood to make it look like lumber, like wood floors in strips, and then like make it look like he's got like a little workshop or like a side gig where he makes furniture and sells it. That'd be cool. You could put like next to the workstations, you could put like a couple of basic wooden chairs, and it'll look like he's like made a couple already, you know. Easy peasy. The easiest way to get a lot of silk for fabric, it is, hold on. Basically having your villagers do the create textiles job. So far away from the base, but we found it. How'd you craft that sword? I didn't craft it. It drops from the Storm King when you defeat him. It can only be dropped from the Storm King. You don't craft it. Use it for thermal detonators, but not a lot right now. But it's one of those things that it's kind of annoying to get. And as this game evolves, you got to remember, like, design-wise, why would they put something in the game? You know, they spend all this time, you know, not a ton, I'm sure, like, making a new, like, item or whatever, physically. But, like, why would they put something in the game that's only ever going to get used for what it's used when it first gets put in? There's a ton of examples in the game where, one, they've made certain balance changes where now one item costs a completely different cost now from what it did before. But there's also times where in the future, like right now, Greater Storm Core, you really don't use it for much. I'm sure just like me, you probably have tons of chests of Greater Storm Core. Keep it. Because right now it's not very useful, but like why would they put something in the game that's only ever, like barely gonna get used? Like that would be like a pointless, from a design standpoint, choice to put like a one-use item when in the future they recycle, not recycle, but reutilize into like when they make a new recipe. Oh, now this new recipe requires Greater Storm Core. Like maybe it gets used into some sort of magic abilities in the future or something. Like you never know what the change up is going to be or what the like what the whole decision is going to be and why. And if you have the room to keep it, why not, right? Or if you have an opportunity to collect a lot of it, why not? So in this case, with these blasters, that is easy to farm now if you find these caves or if you just kind of like go out and find them in the open. But otherwise in the future, if they make blast core more important and also at the same time harder to find, like maybe they decrease the spawn rate of blasters or it was something like, I don't know what, you know what I mean? Really, most of what they could do is just make it more important so that way you'd want more of it. But it's not the easiest thing to grind a lot of. So they might change these spawn caves so they don't work the same in the future. And that could happen on purpose or on accident, just from like a random update. And you never know, in some item that is currently easy to get that's useless is going to be tough to get and useful in the future. If that makes sense. Oh, this is a free build. I just posted a tour of this on YouTube and TikTok. You should check it out on YouTube, though. But yeah, this is all custom, all the 100% custom built here by me. I don't know why I keep so much stuff, man. This is like a junk drawer. It's literally separate from all this organized stuff. It's literally just like random food that I'm already full on. How do you build so nice building? Just trial and error experience. I've been a Lego builder for a long time, and I've been playing this game since it came out. So just had a lot of time to experiment, fail, do things that look bad so I can figure out what looks good, you know? Oh yeah, guys, stop arguing in the chat. Put your egos away. There's something else here you need to put away. I just know it. Yeah, torch. Oh yeah, put cannonballs there. Looks so weird. They're so huge. I don't have any gems, do I? No. They did have ruby. Rip. I'm like super full on that too. It takes some, like, it's also, yeah, learning the controls of the game. The biggest thing you can understand in this game is the snap and nudge features. So there's nudging pieces, you know, moving them one space by one. And then there's snapping. Snapping is, if you look on the bottom of my screen, you'll see the control for it. But being able to learn how to snap, because you can snap pieces and nudge them at the same time, as long as you hold down the snap. So that way you can utilize that to get things lined up and level the exact way you want. It's one of the first steps to getting things the way you want them. But there's a little bit of a learning curve, but I believe in you. I'm always forgetting something. Yes, John. Lego in the Big 25. You got me. What do you... See, I grounded, what, 23 of those? Holy cow. We're farming tonight, boys. Tonight we feast. I think I'm going to also bring another cool-headed charm. Just so I don't have to deal with that alarm going off. Do I have another one? No, we're just going to craft it. Just, I don't feel like looking for it. Yeah. And then we're just going to leave those in here for now because I don't feel like carrying them. We'll bring the extra one of those. We're almost organized and put away. So what you got to do is you got to find one of those rocks that's sticking up a little bit. Even if it's sticking up a little bit, you just use that as your base. And then you could build out and then snap down. Even if it doesn't connect down, you can still snap enough so it looks like it's going down. I do so much sapphire. Mostly my villagers, which is something we could go do today. But most of this, if you send your village... They're not on this job here at this particular village. But what you would do... I don't think they can because I don't have the actual job. But you... Let's talk jobs. Then you would go to help. Then you want to go to refining jobs. And then you want collect gems. And you only need to have one, but you just need to have at least one gem cutter built in your village. And it takes about a day and a half, 2 days, for them to fully get to like 100%, which is 30 gems total. So you might get like 10 ruby, you might get 10 sapphire and 10 emerald. You might get 30 amber, cut amber. So like it depends. It's just a little randomized amount of 30 total gems. But if you have 7 villagers at one village doing it, and 7 villagers at another doing it, and 7 villagers at another doing it, 21 villagers times 30, it's a lot of gems. Or like I have, I think I had at one point like 6, I think I probably had at one point 40 plus villagers doing the collect gems job. So you get enough villagers stacked on that, you go crazy with gems. Same thing with smelt metal. Send your villagers on smelt metal. You'll get copper bars, iron bars, gold bars, glass, and metal plates. Now, it's a random amount of 30, so you're not always going to get like 30 of this, 30 of that. But like when the villagers finish, you might get like 10 metal plates, 10 copper bars, and like 10, you know, iron bars or something. I'm lagging, by the way. But yeah, this is, all of my villages are free built. There's a few that use prefabs, but they're mostly just because they looked good anyway, but everything around it is still like my Pleasant Park village in my other world. That one's 100% custom. It uses prefabs, but I'd still consider it 100% custom just because everything, the whole vibe of the village is based around the neighborhood vibe rather than like each individual house build. When's the next huge update? I would imagine May, early May for Star Wars. Dude, this glitch is so annoying. They be walking on stuff, and it just sounds like Lego Flash doing laps around my village. It's the best way to describe it. It sounds like Lego Flash got into the game, Barry Allen, and just started doing laps on your left, on your left, on your left, on your left, on your left. So I think it's a bug. But pickaxes no longer do bonus damage to rollers and golems. Which was, I think it's a bug. Because I don't know why they would revert that. You know what I mean? It's broken right now. I'm going to assume that's a bug and was unintentional. But with the last, like, update, it made it so pickaxes don't do bonus damage to the rollers. So, like, that's out. So we're going to make... I wonder if I can one-shot them with a spear. No, we're just going to do a sword. Let's do... Yeah, let's just beef it up. Not that we can't come back at any time. Probably not even going to have enough. I mostly just need damage and luck. Everything else, not really. Yeah, we're doing a little experimenting. Well, we're here farming anyway. These enemies are not tough to kill. Damage makes them obviously quicker to kill. That's what I'm more worried about. Well, let's try that on it. And then, because like we could get bonus food items the whole time we're doing this. And then we probably, what do you think? Because I'm not really going to need health steal or life steal because I'm really not going to be taking any damage from any of them. And if I do, I could eat a couple of coconuts. I've got unlimited supply of coconuts and other food. So I think we do durability just to stretch out the durability, obviously, make it last longer. And then Stormbane's not really necessary because only some of them are going to be Storm Wild. And I'm going to take them out in like 2 or 3 hits anyway. So I'm not too worried about it. So I think for the 4th slot, what do we do? Do we even need a 4th slot? I mean, it could do Stormbane to take out every once in a while when they are Storm Wild, but I think that's ultimately pointless. I don't think Force would make any sense. Last Chance would make any sense. What would be like the optimal setup for this? Oh my god. Get out of here, Barry Allen. I'm running out of... Oh, luck. That's what I was looking for. Duh. I thought I already applied that up here. There we go. It's perfect. Luck, durability, health, and damage is the ultimate farming tool for this situation. See, like, that's why I never say to anyone, like, oh, this is the best combo. Like, it really does depend what you're doing, and you supplement what you're doing with those combinations. Like, you really think, like, do I need that much? Do I need lifesteal for this situation? Do I really need this for this situation? Oh, no, I don't. So why not? Oh, let's experiment with the health. Let's see if I can get some extra burgers and shakes rolling while I'm sitting here farming. It's something I'm going to be doing anyway, so why not get some extra food, right? 200 IQ. Watch. And then I brought food, right? And then we brought the charms. We brought extra food, which we really don't even need. And I'm going to collect a bunch of essence while we're in here anyway. Yeah. That was the one, right? Yo, Neptune. We found Monster Cave. It was at the like into like a couple chambers deep into the cave that I logged out in front of last night. Literally logged in today. Already logged in right in front of the cave, walked in, Did my spiel explanation on how to navigate and how caves are set up. And the third or fourth chamber in, we found it. Yeah, look where it is of all places. Oh, it's only 7,000 meters away. No, let me switch my, when I eat the coconuts. Complete an epic. Well, I mean, it's like a daily thing, isn't it? Aren't those like daily and weekly challenges? And yeah, I have so many weapons that sometimes I do go that long without, having to make a new one, because a lot of times I'll use ones that drop off enemies, or I'll have one stashed up, and yeah, sometimes I'll really go a while without having to crowd. Oh, this one was directly to the left. When do you unlock the better glider? When you get fabric. So when you go from the thread to the fabric. So you're going to need to build a loom so you can start making fabric, because that's the only difference in cost between the two gliders. This one is any rod and any thread, which is like silk thread, wool thread. And then this one is rods, and then it costs wool fabric and silk fabric. So this one just requires like the lesser form of threads, and then threads get made into fabrics. So you just need to make your loom so you can get the fabrics going. Bada bing, bada boom. There's the cave. Does end up going deeper there, but then here we are, chat. The unlimited blaster spawning cave. Because they're not all going to be Storm Wild, so Stormbane could help in this situation, but I really don't think it's necessary. So again, you want it, once you find one of these blaster spawn chambers, take out all the spiders and all the rollers, because the blasters, spiders, and scorpions share a spawn location. So if you take out a scorpion, it has a 33% chance to spawn back as a scorpion, or a 33% chance to spawn back as a spider, or a 33% chance to spawn back as a blaster. Same with every other. So like again, whichever one you kill, you just want to free up that spawn location, because you obviously want it to spawn the next time as a blaster. So that one's already back. That one was a scorpion or a spider before. That's why the faster you take out the other ones, the faster you're taking out the scorpions, the spiders, the faster it can respawn is the thing you want it to. So this scorpion just respawned. Take them out. That one respawned. So now in like 20 seconds, it might be a blaster, it might be a spider, it might be another scorpion. But it'll never become a blaster if we don't take it out and free up the spawn location. So this one was a scorpion before, I'm pretty sure. Do you see how fast we're going here? Like, you just go in and see it. Like, that's the best part about this thing, is that there's tons of spawns. They keep respawning quickly. And look how small this room is. Like, this is the entirety of the chamber. Yeah, get the fabric going and you'll be good. And see, like, I'm getting some extra shakes every once in a while. Not super often, but I put health 3 on that, right? It seems like it's not proccing very often. These guys are also, like, one hit each, so it's not like... See, look how... Again, look how quickly they spawn. I'm getting lucky now. Getting a good amount of them coming back as blasters. How long did it take you to gather all those resources? Oh, hours. Granted, I do things really efficiently, so not any, maybe not as many hours as one would imagine, but still a lot of hours. He's back already. See, I'm telling you. I don't want to say it's an auto farm, but it's quick. I'm lagging. Oh, 22 layers of Raven's house. Oh my god. The lag plus, I guess, the materials. That's a bonus. I wish the sprint attack did bonus damage. I don't get why it doesn't. It makes it pointless to me. Because it misses so much, like, worse than the regular attack. You have to, like, land it perfectly. It does the same damage as your regular swing. It should at least do, like, the 150% like a jump attack does. So glad I was starting to like lose hope, because I remember there was it was like a couple months ago or something where I did a stream where I hunted for this specific chamber and just couldn't luck out, just couldn't find one. And yeah, I know I could let them blow up, but if you let them explode, I think you have to hit them at least once with your luck sword. But if you just let them explode, you don't get the chance for the luck benefit, so you always get one blast core. Whereas if I'm taking it out with the sword, sometimes I'll get two instead of one, which why would I not take that chance every single time? As opposed to not taking the chance every single time. The only thing I even want to drink these for is the 5-minute sprint buff to give me a little bit extra stamina. I wonder if there's a way we could, how do we auto farm this, guys? Everybody brain crunch. We're kind of just sitting here mindlessly farming today. So how could we use this chamber to our advantage for, how could we auto farm this? What's a way, like, cause we'd have to come up with something new. Well, how can we attract enemies? What's a way that would attract these enemies automatically, and what's a way we could take them out automatically? Is it even possible? Yeah, this, you don't have to leave at all. As you can see, they're just spawning in a rotation. It's like 20-second timer. But how could we auto farm? So, like, something with food? I don't know. Yeah, maybe something to do with the explorers. Maybe they'd be strong enough. If you give the explorers like a, I don't remember if do explorers, if you give them a runed up weapon, does it actually make a difference, or do you just give them like a non-runed weapon? Is that the meta? Cause like, yeah, maybe like if you had like, but that would only, I guess it wouldn't farm all of them, right? But you would pick, if your villager was able to take them on continuously alone, then I think the best spot to stand would be, I would build a platform, like little stairs going up here for the villager to use. And then I think here is like the most dense, because you get like a spawn up there, spawn there, spawn there, spawn here. And I think that's a good, like, we could try that maybe, see if the villager could like hold his own continuously, and whether he would aggro to them or not if you were standing there. Villager hits too slow. For the blaster? Oh, like it wouldn't, wait, what if you gave it a good one? It wouldn't be, you don't think it would be able to take out the blaster in time before it exploded? That's a good point. But again, I mean, I'm thinking like, how could we automate this? That's what I want, more like toys and other stuff in this game. Because how cool would it to be to like whip together a couple of toys that like move around and have little conveyor belts or little death traps or something. And like that's like the fun of Minecraft, is like the creativity and the ingenuity, not just being literally creative. It's also being like, well, how can I solve this problem with the tools that are in the game? We just don't have enough of those tools in this game yet. Every time they add a new toy, when we got those swivel plates, dude, I mean, look at my tutorial I posted today, and the, you know, it's been in a bunch of other tutorials I posted, but like the swivel for the turning tech, like that unlocked that tech and tons of other really cool things that you can do with vehicles. Like, I think that Optimus Prime build was only possible because of swivel plates. Or more possible, more easily doable, probably. It was probably possible before. Probably way more annoying. Like, there's tons of examples where one little dynamic addition to the game changes the whole landscape of what you can do with it. So I'm hoping they add more stuff like that, like, you know, some sort of conveyor belt, something like, give us more automation toys, or like maybe not like less vehicle parts, but stuff that's more meant for just straight up automation. Well, here's the thing, is it's not mimicking Minecraft on purpose, but here's the thing, it's Lego. I know Minecraft came first as a video game, but like at the end of the day, like Minecraft is like an iteration play on Lego bricks. It's like unlimited, and what the best part about Lego is like being able to build like a Technic Lego set. It's not just cool looking. It's built and designed to have moving parts. So when you turn this thing, the wings open. And when you do this, and when you pull the wheels back, it zips forward. Like, Lego has always been about, like, that form of play, of, like, engineering it and, like, being, like, it's, like, very sophisticated, especially with sets. So, like, with that in mind in a virtual space, dude, that's all I want is more moving stuff. Because in real life, it's, like, fun and all to make stuff that's moving, but, like, having it in a video game, it's all automated. It all works how it would in real life, but without having to do all the bricks and, you know, do it yourself. Minecraft is better. Play Minecraft. I'm okay. If you want to play Minecraft or watch a Minecraft content creator, then feel free to. I'm not going to stop you, but no, I'm good. I'm playing the game that I enjoy. Oh yeah, I'm not talking about it passing it in any sense. I'm just making comparisons, but yeah, Lego needs to be more stable overall, because that's like the great thing about Minecraft is it's built on such like a simple basis, like engine, that the smoothness is, you know, that's why they can build unlimited in that game, is it doesn't really take that much resources to generate what's being generated and kept track of in that game. But this game still has, even beyond the build limit in this game, the stability and bugs and rubber banding. I don't think that's something Minecraft has like ever had to deal with. It just has worked, you know. CCP, maybe for you? This guy has a very hard time understanding that different people have different interests. And if you only played it for the 2 first weeks, then you basically played an unfinished alpha version in comparison to what it is today. So, I mean, your judgment's based on the first 2 weeks, and it's even more null and void. I mean, not that I care about other people's opinions to begin with, but it makes your chirping even less. Wait. That's what most people say, is like, oh, I played the first 2 weeks. It's like, honestly, don't blame you. It wasn't amazing the first 2 weeks. It still isn't even to its full potential, even remotely, but there's a big difference between now and then. I mean, he's getting some sort of entertainment. So if he wants to stay, he can stay. He's clearly getting entertainment. Otherwise, he'd be gone. Like, what does people expect? You just like Alt F4 the game, download Minecraft and start playing and be like, okay, random viewer, you know? It's interesting. So if they want to stay and, you know, add comments, it just gets more people in here that are potential LEGO Fortnite fans, you know? People that actually want to be here. If they want to, like, help the stream do that, I'm all for it, you know? unapologetic cheerleaders. And they don't even know it. I don't think you necessarily have to be creative. There's a target towards a younger demographic, but again, I challenge most people who, if you haven't played the game first 2 weeks, hop onto expert mode, do a playthrough, and see how easily you beat the Storm King. I know, it's the internet, so everybody's just gonna be like, oh, I did it already. But if you haven't done it, if you've only played the first 2 weeks, hop on, start an expert world, see if you can get through to the Storm King and take him out. I'm sure you could, but it's gonna take you some time. It's not a walk in the park. It's not something you just log on and do. But it depends. You know, everybody has different interests in games too. So it's not even like necessarily that. Like, I don't know. It's not that they're being mean. It's just that they have a different opinion and they're struggling to see that other people enjoy other types of games.
Anything new been busy with work lately? Missing updates.
What? Oh, missing up. Yeah, there hasn't been anything new since Storm King, really. We got some quality of life stuff. But I'm guessing our next big update is going to be the Star Wars update here in May. Because that's what it was last year for May. Early May, we got the... I think it technically came out on May 2nd for our May the 4th Star Wars update for Battle Royale in general, but it also was a huge update for LEGO. So I think that's going to be a yearly thing. I could be wrong. But that's my best educated guess. We haven't had an update since Storm King. We didn't get anything this month. We didn't get anything last month. And that means we've probably got to be getting something soon, right? So what's the next major date on the calendar? Well, May the 4th, which is Star Wars Day, which Fortnite has generally collaborated with. So my best guess is that is our next update. I have no physical proof. It's all just literal just guesstimations. Are you talking about the monolith? Ooh. Like the big, the one-eyed tentacle monster? There's just no way I can say that without sounding wrong, I swear. I'm just like, yeah, it's all the wrong words. I was like the big black, the one-eyed, damn it, like it's all just sounds wrong. The monolith, okay? I was trying to describe the monolith, but in doing so, it was not getting us anywhere. Like, I knew it was called, but people might not know that that's what it was referred to as. I had to describe said monolith. Find a better way to describe it. I challenge you. Throw me some adjectives, man. None of them work. Well, I do love Minecraft. The toy physics engine in LEGO has kept me excited. Yeah, and see, that's the thing is I can't really compare it to Minecraft because I haven't played it as much. However, I know what it's about. I understand the depth of it and the scope of it. However, I can't make that's why I never say oh, Minecraft is better or worse or LEGO is better. I always just say this is what I enjoy. And I always even couple it with saying, I'm sure even if I got into Minecraft and played it for more than a couple hours, because I think that's all I've ever played is never for more than an hour at a time, no more than 2 times. So I'm sure if I played, I would actually enjoy it. And I always follow it with this too. It's I don't have to play it to know it's a great game. Me playing this game isn't me saying, oh, it's objectively better than Minecraft. But obviously as a LEGO fan, I'm clearly biased, but that's not a bad thing. There's, being biased isn't always necessarily a negative. I don't think, you know, and it doesn't affect anybody or hurt anybody. It's just like a biased preference, right? When it's a preference, I don't think biased preferences are bad. Not saying you were. I'm just talking out loud now. Thinking out loud, rather. Who still plays this, Andrew? Probably the same equal number to the amount of people who have your same question, which I thought was very little, but you'd be surprised. It's a very large number. Are these blast core caves hard to find? It's all RNG. I went through dozens of caves before I found one. You might go through 3 different caves and find one in each on your first 3 tries in 3 separate cave systems and just happen to have it spawn in one of your cave systems. It's just like, because every cave is randomly generated, but each individual chamber, like the chambers aren't randomly generated. The order they're in and which ones they include and don't include in a specific cave system is how it determines. So like, you'll see the chambers are they're the same, you know, there's probably like 12 to 20 plus different chambers, but if we could take a screenshot or a video and put it in like an index and identify them, and be like, this is chamber A, this is chamber B, this is chamber C, or give them fancy names, you know, you could get to a point where you're identifying them. It's just the order in which those chambers, it's like, is the chamber set up this way over here and turned, or is this chamber up here and turned this? Like they have different inputs and outputs. Like otherwise the exact chambers are the same, or like the designs are the same. They're just repeating and in different orders. Are the blasts all in desert caves? No, they're outside in the desert and the Lost Isles as well. We got 68 so far. Yo, Bryce, thank you for the game controller. And Sam, thank you for the rose. But I'll have a video up. There's no trick to finding it. The only advice that I'm going to offer, you know, the video that I'm going to post about it, the only advice I can offer is what it looks like. It looks like this. This is the most one of the most identifiable chambers when you're looking through a cave system. So all you do is, what I did is you skip the enemies. You have to get good at, like, essentially spelunking and knowing, like, how I explained how the caves work, so you can navigate. Oh, this chamber's not it. Where's the next chamber? Oh, this chamber's not it. Where's the next chamber? And the faster you can do that, it's like, you know, what is it, the shucking oysters or whatever, where you're just looking for pearls. You're looking for pearls. This isn't the chamber, no. This isn't the chamber, no. Next one, next one, next one. And the faster you can work through that process, the more likely and faster you are to find one of these chambers quicker. But again, you could luck out, walk into a cave, and it's one of the first chambers you walk into. Could be like me, search through like 10 plus caves and not find a single one of them, even though you searched the cave from head to toe. It's just RNG whether you get that specific chamber to spawn in a cave system or not. But otherwise, they look like this. It is a very small round chamber. Usually, I don't think I've ever came through on the bottom. I think I've always, like when I've found these chambers, I've always come through on the top. Because this is a dead end right here. Sometimes, it's not always a dead end. But this is a transition that sometimes this will lead to another exit or to another chamber, but in this situation, it's just like a dead end. But you'll notice that this chamber is very, very distinct in that it has a little descending. You kind of start, this is where this chamber usually starts, is this little lava pool. It'll have a spawn here. That ramp will go down, and then you'll notice 2 very distinct, like moderate, they're not huge, but like small to medium-sized lava falls. And then there is always this little bridge going right in between the waterfalls, and then that loops around into like almost like a little, so you can almost do like a little figure 8 around this place. That's enclosed. That sometimes leads to another area, but it's very easy. Once you get your eyes on this for 10, 20 minutes while I'm going through this, you'll be able to, you'll know it when you see it immediately. It's just a matter of looking through the caves and kind of putting in the time. But again, sometimes you get really lucky, you'll find it quick. Sometimes you won't. Take a little while longer. But the trick is, and if there's no real trick, is the way it works out is this cave, or this chamber, once you find it, not only is it really small, like it's very like enclosed, like you can almost throw a rock and hit one side to the other, but it has no skeleton spawns, which isn't a big deal, but it only has blasters, scorpions, and spiders. Why is that good? Well, because they happen to share the same spawn location. So not only do they share the same spawn location, there are many said spawn locations. One, which is probably that guy wandered off. So when I take out this spider, in about 20 seconds, right here, it's either going to be another spider, a scorpion, or a blaster. We want it to be a blaster. So we're taking out the spiders, so now when I take this one out, the spawn location right here will reset, and it could be a blaster. Now that one before, I can't remember what it was, but again, when we take this blaster out, right here, about 20 seconds, could be another blaster, could be a scorpion, could be a spider. But the faster we're taking them out, the faster it has a chance to spawn into a new one, which is random, so obviously we want them to be blasters. So you just spawn point here, spawn point over there, spawn point over there. There's like 10 different spawn points that go extremely fast. So you just go in a circle through here. And see how I got 2 blast core off that last? I got 3 total off of those 2. It's because this has luck 3 on it. Luck 3, or luck in the luck rune in general, gives you a chance to get double the material that you normally would off an enemy when you kill that enemy. So normally you only get 1 blast core. However, with luck on it, it's not guaranteed, but sometimes you get 2 instead of 1. So like right there, I got 1, and most of the time you're not gonna get, it's not gonna proc, or it's not gonna go off. But the times that it does is that, see how these were blasters last time, now they're scorpions? But you might as well, because even if it's only happening 10 or 20% of the time, that literally means you're getting 10 or 20% more blast core. That's how the math works out too. I know it sounds like it's too simple, but the math literally converts over that way. If you have let's just throw some rounder numbers. If you have a 50% chance to get double, it literally means you'd be getting 50% more. So half the time you're getting double, and half the time you're getting a regular amount. And if you did like a little formula, it would come out to that exact percent. Trust me, I asked ChatGPT. A good way to fill out the map? Oh, good luck. There's like, I mean, the map is gargantuan, my friend. If that's a goal, the best to you. Seriously. Go for it. But the map is gargantuan. Gargantuan. If you want to what do you mean fill it out with builds or explore it? Because exploring it, that's not as big of a feat. But if you're trying to build a little bit everywhere, that's a big project, and I wish the best. Truly, but that's a tough project. Learned a lot about caves. Used to just run through. I mean, that's pretty much how you do it, but it's if you can keep track of where you are and how to get back, that's obviously saving you time. Who likes getting stuck in a cave for 20, 30 minutes while you're just trying to go back home and rest and resupply, or, you don't want to log out in there, so you're like, I don't want to log out until I get somewhere better, and you're just stuck in a cave. Yeah, what's going on, J-Dub? Yeah, that whole, I've seen it as the end of a cave, a continuation of a cave, and also the beginning of a cave too, I think. I think less often the beginning of a cave. But that's what's interesting is that's why I say the chambers are interchangeable, and the sense that the inputs and outputs aren't always the same. You notice that in storm caves sometimes too. The new storm caves, you'll have the same storm chamber, but the way you get out and the way you go further into them, like where the crystals are. Those one you'll notice sometimes they're exactly the same, but other times they'll be similar but have different exit and entrance points. And where you saw an entrance on one cave is like plugged up. Like right here. You can even see, like, for other people's knowledge, you can almost see like where the entrance was supposed to be almost. This one's a lesser, oh God, is a worse example, but sometimes you can see like, I think, yeah, that's like an arch, like you can see where the archway is, where it would be a transition, but they just like blocked it up for this specific combination. So I'm sure there is some level of procedural generation. It's just very basic procedural generation. I mean, assuming it's about Star Wars. I don't have a guarantee, but I'm hoping it is. I am hoping more so they'll add another Star Wars island. So that way, if you want to play the old Star Wars content, you go to Island 1. If you want to play the new Star Wars content, you go to Island 2. So that way, like, it never, like, retires the old experience. It's always there if someone wants to play through that. I think it should be like a... Or they have it a separate experience, but the same island. So I don't want them to take away anything that we already have on the current Star Wars island. So I want them to either make a separate Star Wars island, or don't redo the caves that are already there. Just give us new caves or new POIs, because that island is still relatively, I know it's small compared to the mainland, but in it's a big island. It's got space to put more stuff, right? So I think that either of those options, as long as they don't overwrite the OG Star Wars content, I'll be happy. Oh, I should have just brought a rune forge. I'm gonna need to go craft another weapon. You don't think 100 blast score is enough? Oh no. No. We need to get an absurd amount. That's the only way. Because I found this way, you know, I finally found this chamber. Which means, by law of the universe, they will make it harder to get very soon. I just know it. Or, I could feel it in my nuggets. Or they're gonna make blast core more important somehow in the next update. Or, like I said, Star Wars update's coming out again. The blast core is used for thermal detonators. Who's to say it won't be used for other things? Or who's to say thermal detonators won't become meta like they are for Storm King, kinda, and you're gonna want more blast core if you're not already farming, you know. Or there's another item that requires it, and then you're gonna be like, dang, I wish I had a bajillion stacks of it. And I will have a bajillion stacks of it. LEGO loves Star Wars too. It's kind of why I don't doubt they will do a Star Wars update again, is because Fortnite has traditionally done Star Wars updates in general, and with LEGO, Star Wars has got to be their top selling franchise that they sell. They're, you know, they're or their license. So it's like a win-win-win, you know, for everybody, all parties involved. That, and while I'm here, I get to, for new people that are joining into the stream, you know, on TikTok and stuff, they get to see it. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I could try. They die really easily, but I'll try bringing one. I could give them like a decent weapon. Just give them like a regular purple sword or something. With luck on the sword, do you ever get more than one? Yeah. That's the whole point. That's what I was talking about. So you want luck on it for this. It won't happen all the time. The luck, it's the same chance no matter what you're taking out. And so it has a % chance that when you kill the enemy, that it will give you double of their loot. Now, it may have changed since previous updates, but let's say an enemy drops more than one kind of item. Like a skeleton. You know, a skeleton obviously drops bones, but he also drops a weapon. So that percentage chance to double the loot is re-rolled on each individual item that they drop. Meaning, if an enemy drops more than one item and the luck rune goes off, that doesn't automatically mean you're getting double of each item. You get it rolls that chance on the first item, whether you get double or not, re-rolls that chance for the second item, whether you get double or not, and re-rolls that chance again for the third item, whether you're gonna get double or not. So if you're mega lucky, so if it's I think it's like a 15% chance for the luck to go off. So that means about 1 or 2 out of every 10 enemies you take out is gonna give you double. So, what was I gonna say? No, I'm getting distracted by chat too. So it could give you multiple. So with blasters, I think they know with it doesn't matter what they're dropping because like I said, each one's an individual chance. So if it was a 15% chance for each of them to be double, what are the chances you get 2 out of 10 3 times in a row? You know, that's not impossible, but it's like a 1% chance. You're right. Bus stations are the easiest way and probably the main source of rift shards. You get 3 per, and they're everywhere now after a couple updates ago. Let's hope I have enough. I guess I could rift it when I could bring a table and rift it right when it's about to break. That actually would have been way smarter. Food wasn't really good. So if I don't have 4 on this, it's not the biggest deal. But I do want luck. Give me luck. No, give me luck. Please give me luck. Thank you. Yeah, might as well take Stormbane this time. Make some of them go faster and save durability. But then what we'll do this time... It's like, that's a decent amount of food.
Where's the leak, ma'am?
Yeah, by all means, use my base as a reference. Please do. Makes me happy. Where's the leak, ma'am? Groot, I am Groot. You're preaching to the choir, man. Something I've been asking for. Like, why don't the literal wardrobes, wherever they are, there's like a whole wardrobe section. Closets. Why don't all of these function? Why can't I build one? Click on it, my character goes, "Papa!" He like jumps in the doors, goes inside, and then I pick a skin, and then he pops out as the new skin. Like he changed in like his little changing room. Why? Why? It'd be so good, so good. Yeah, I don't think the food was worth it. Like, it's like, meh. Meh. Like, it gives burgers, which isn't terrible. Oops, I actually need one of those. But not even that many. Same with pizzas. It was a very low amount. There's more bread and other stuff. We got lots of meats. Yay, LEGO Fortnite. I'm live on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. If you're on TikTok right now, come follow me on the others. Same username. Would make my day. Then the quality over there is higher. Okay, so we got the weapon. We're gonna bring... Oh yeah, we're gonna bring... 3 of these bad boys. And we're just gonna bring this with us. Ah. So that way, when this gets low on durability, we'll just rift it, and then it'll reset it, and then we'll have 2 more durability bars to run, you know? Oh, perfect time, because I actually remembered I want to go to the restroom. Dado de Lego. You want to get a good look at my locker? I don't think you picked one out. Before. Yes, very good. No, I said your idea, what you said, is amazing. Very good idea. I agree. I'll start from the OG skins. Work our way up. Vendetta floppers, those are only in caves. I think grasslands or grottos. I don't think I have any Batman. I don't think I have a single... I don't have any Batman skins. I have a lot of Star Wars. But I also have a lot of other just random stuff if you want to check it out. It's the Lava Lord. That'd be good for the setting. But otherwise, I'm down for whatever. Joey Caliente. Be a good one. What happened to his cape? Didn't he used to have a cape? Samurai Vader? You got it. Code Epic Bricks in the item shop. Very much appreciated. Yeah. Oh, be right back. I'm gonna go grab water. Good, we're still loading. Favorite villager? Adventure Peely. Hey, have a good one, bad guy. Have a good one. Yeah, the alternate crafting benches? Absolutely. See, this used to be just a broken down POI. You can see it before it despawns and spawns in my actual builds. There we go. But that's how you find flat areas. Those big POIs, they generate a pretty big flat circle around it. It's not unlimited, but it's like peak flatness for what the game offers. Okay, I think we're good to go, right? Bring me to them. To the blasters. Way down here. 7,000 meters away. Yeah, only 7,200 meters away did I find this cave. If you guys are down, it could be even today if you guys want to pop in. I have all the materials for it. But I thought it'd be a fun thing to do because a lot of people ask if my map is fully discovered. I think it'd be fun if we got as many people as I could get in here on the trusted list and just go around on flying machines at like a low altitude. So not only do they discover everything, but they discover all the caves. We can go on a full map exploration. Hey, don't blow up my stuff. Like, it'd be better if I did it with you guys, so I'm not just in here. Maybe that'd be efficient and all. Maybe tomorrow. That'd be fun. I could get some flyers set up for everybody. Some little exploration kits. My stamina to come back. You just lost your expert world, accidentally unequipped my totem, 1,000 hours. Oh god. Don't make me nervous. I have to do a totem check myself. Dude, I am really sorry to hear that though. That is so unfortunate. That is like actually the worst nightmare. Because I can't, like, I've played well over 1,000 on this as well, so I couldn't imagine losing it to, like, an accident, so to speak. Like, I get it, I run, you know, most of us aren't going to run to the point where we run out of materials for it, so that's the only thing that could happen, but it's like, I want to go out fair at least, right? Some way that feels good. Yeah, the food was an alright idea, but ultimately, I think Stormbane is better. Not that all, like, not even all of these are Stormwild, but the ones that are, it's gonna save me even more durability. If even a certain percentage of these are Stormwild, that the blasters, like that one, if I'm taking it out in 3 hits instead of 5, that's almost like double the durability if you think about it. So what is it? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 hits. Whereas a non-Stormwild one, I think, took me like 5. So that's just less swings. That's like adding durability to the weapon, which I think is more advantageous than that amount of food I was getting. Because even some of the scorpions or spiders, I think, took 2 hits, and if they're Stormwild, it's definitely just 1, which is doubling the efficiency of it. So let's see, this one's Stormwild too. And I could probably cut it down even more if I do a jump attack and then a regular. But even a regular one takes 4 hits with a jump attack, so it probably is 5. Also, I should build like a little... like that, so I can get up through here easier. Same with here, we should just make this like efficient to move around. So we could bring a grappler or something, but that would be kind of wasteful. Here. Why not? Just so when I get pulled down there, I've got an easier route than going all the way back around. Efficiency. What you doing if I lose this world? Starting another one. I mean, probably at first I'd go back to my survival and catch that one up a bit. If I just start another one. Yeah, this, for farming blast core, this chamber is like supreme. I finally found one again in this world. Yeah, they respawn so quickly. that's efficiency. Oh, you think zapping would be good here, but they're generally not that close together. I think skeletons you might have to log out for now. But these creatures, they seem to be like unlimited without having to relog, which is nice. But I do think skeleton-based enemies do require a log out. I could be wrong. Oh, yeah, this is the desert cave. It's just a specific chamber that can spawn inside of one. In my way every time. Get out of my way. I want as little clutter as possible here. Cleaning up my spawn area. I'm gonna get the resources eventually too, but I'm not too worried about that right now. See, they're always like over here. Might as well just get rid of stuff. Pretty. Why are you down here? Oh, it's a different chamber. Not worried about them. Yeah, but if I let them blow up on their own, fine. One of these will pop. See, I got one there. One there. If you let them explode, they'll always give you one. Whereas if you take it out with luck, like a sword or a weapon that has luck on it, you'll sometimes get two. So, although that does save weapons, this will actually get you the blast core faster. So right there again, I only got one, but it's still worth it even though it happens less often than not. Yeah, this is a easy, yeah, it's a good reason to go back into a desert cave. And again, it's a little RNG. You might find one quicker. You might find one really slow. It just depends on whether you find it in a certain cave system or not. It's all randomness, whether the cave has it or not when you go in there. I mean, I'm sure it's predetermined before you're in there, but like, it's hit or miss. It's either going to have it or it's not. And you also want to be taking out the scorpions and the spiders as soon as you see them. Because when they spawn as a scorpion or a spider, you know how sometimes over here it'll be a blaster? Well, it won't become a blaster until you get rid of this spider and it respawns as something else. So you'll see in about 20... Oh, literally, wow. Sometimes it does that. It'll spawn really fast like that. It's like between instantaneous and 20 seconds. But eventually, you know, it has a random chance. So the next time this one spawns here, it could be a blaster. It could be a scorpion. But it won't become a blaster until you take it out. So the faster you take them out, the better. See this one up here. Oh, looks like it did spawn. Oh, no, it didn't. Where is it? Weird. Getting, like, pickup from over there. Now this one's a scorpion. This one still hasn't respawned, even though it spawned like immediately last time. This one's a blaster. Spider, which is probably that spawn location. Spider, scorpion. Back up here, we got a blaster now. After discovering the map tomorrow, you should go back to Lost Isles. Yeah, I think when I went through the Star Wars caves the other day, I forgot to check. I should have discovered most of the Star Wars characters. And we're getting those guys crossed off. Let's see. I think a couple of these pirates are glitched and they won't show up regardless. Same with like that skeleton, I think. And then I think there might be one Star Wars character that's bugged. Or I just got to go visit more Dry Valley and find that one. I know there's a couple of these entries that no matter what you do, you can't discover them. I just don't know which ones are which. I think that one's one of the bugged ones. In each category, there's like one bugged one that just won't unlock. But yeah, I still need to do the Lost Isle villagers. Ben, yeah, there's the Klombo rune tomes, and then there's Storm rune tomes. The Klombo rune tomes you can only get from the chests on the floating islands. And then, I think they're the chests from the floating islands. And then, if you need more of them, you actually have to do, like, Mama Klombo farming. Or is that for the prop tomes? No, I can't remember. Yeah, oh, Dizzy, how's it going? Get out of there. See, I don't mind the extra stacks of meat from these scorpions either. I put luck on it, right? I feel like I'm not getting a lot of luck procs. One gem chest of these is going to take a really long. I'm probably not going to go that crazy, but I'm probably going to spend a good chunk of maybe another hour doing this and then spend the rest of the stream maybe farming some other stuff. And I can come back here and break it up so I don't do it all in one sitting, you know what I mean? That's a little redundant, not redundant necessarily, but just crazy. Repetitive, rather, than redundant. Because redundant would mean there's no point in doing it, which there obviously is to collect more. Should probably just do jump attacks on them purely just to save swings, but sometimes I'm just lazy. think we take him out in 2 jump attacks. Oh, no, it's still 3 attacks regardless. Oh, I guess that wasn't a Storm Wild one. But it was only 3 that way. Yeah, it saves me some durability there. See, I got 2 off that one. See, a grappler would make my life like a grapple up there real quick, you know? But if I get into a good rotation, I could take them out like faster than they're spawning, but they almost do. They keep up with you. They spawn really fast. Again and again and again and again and again. Are you not bored of this? For me, it's status. Well, one, I'm here with, like, if you include TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch viewers all together, probably nearing 100 people hanging out with me, just chilling, talking, asking questions. So that to me is like, keeps me entertained more than the game is entertaining me currently, but also it's satisfying. It's like one of those activities that you can kind of just zone out to. But the bonus of being a streamer is not only, you know, not necessarily zoning out, I'm more just chilling out with you guys, right? So some of the more repetitive things I do, I try to make, you know, make it worth it by trying to chat with you guys more often and answer questions more than I might, you know, try to do that in every stream, but on these more repetitive streams, try to get with you guys and talk with you while I'm doing something so repetitive. I have sheer willpower. That's mostly it. Just sheer determination. I see it is only 2 for the Storm Wild. We're definitely saving hits. I see you. I'll probably go through this entire sword and then call it a day here. And by entire sword, I don't just mean the durability that you see. I'm going to rift it, then use it as legendary. That'll probably take us to the end of this farm for today. Has anybody confirmed that yet and done a test? Like, do jump attacks do more durability to your weapon? Or is it as if you did one attack, you're just doing more damage? Because, like, obviously that would make it more efficient to do it that way. But I don't think anybody's ever, like, done a test, or I've never done a test with, like, a gray weapon. Because it would be easier to test with a gray weapon. You used to get a gray unruned sword. Do 1 all jump attacks, do 1 regular attacks. And just see how many hits each. Would probably be less, like, probably a gray sword probably lasts less than 100 swings anyway. How big is your main base? I have a tour of it on my TikTok and my YouTube. It's a 12-minute full in-depth tour of my main base. If you want to check it out, you should go check it out on YouTube though. Do it on YouTube, same username. I'm also live over on YouTube, so once you get there, you can stay there for the stream. But I do have a full tour posted. Also, I have a tutorial posted of the flying machine that I've been using for the last couple days. If you've been seeing my last couple streams, I'll be able to show you later. But I'm obviously in the cave now, but if you are familiar and have been wanting to build that flying machine that I've been whizzing around in the last couple days to do the Star Wars farming, I've got the tutorial posted for that. Yeah. I saw you back there. Come here. Where are you going? They're not bunny ears. This is Samurai Darth Vader. I could see how you could be seen as bunny ears, though. They're kind of just sticking up, sprouting up in that kind of general shape. Get out of here. What are these mushrooms doing? You're hiding the enemy. None of this. None of this. Oh, see how quickly? Like, sometimes they literally take like 3 seconds to respawn. I'm having issues getting past the second level of the storm dungeons. Like where you have to fight the enemies, like the spawners and stuff. Or the crystals, like breaking the crystals. Allie, I do about 3 now. If you look back at my like YouTube and Twitch restreams, they're like 3 hours. Generally. Sometimes they're 2, but that's because like there's been less content the last 2 months, so I haven't felt like if I do 4-hour day every single day, while there's like we've been 3 months without content, that's how you get a burnt out epic bricks, right? I don't want to. I always tell people, like, if they're like, what should I do in the game if I'm out of things to do or I'm bored? I always tell them, what do I tell them? Don't force it. Play some other games, maybe take some time off. Where I obviously am not going to take, like, weeks off or anything, but, like, I might take a day off here or do just more consistent, shorter streams. But they've been around 3 hours plus, and today I started early, and I started at, like, I think 3:30 today rather than 4, and then I'm probably going to stream about into my normal time, so. That's pretty much the reasoning behind it, if I've been seemingly less here. Trying to pump the brakes a little bit. That way when the new content does come, I'm not already, like, kind of burnt out. Granted, new content would help regardless, but it's better to go into new content feeling fresh to begin with, rather than being burnt out, like, starving for content. Stacks. I don't even have 1 stack right now. I feel like I have just been getting so unlucky on the what's it called? The luck procking. Like, I feel like they nerfed luck really bad at some point. 'Cause, like, if we look at our rate, like, it's not very good. Like, I'm even looking out for the silk. Like, I'm not even getting it doubled on there. Maybe I'm getting... Maybe it's, like, rolling it on the essence every time. Because, like I said, every item has a roll. The stink gland, the essence, the meat, the storm core there, all had a separate opportunity to re-roll, or to roll for double loot off the luck essence, or the luck rune, and... I guess that makes it less likely for it to be the storm core if there's more options. I don't know. No, it should be the same every time. Technically, it's re-rolling the same chance for the storm core every time. The amount of items shouldn't matter. It's just not happening very often. I started playing it again yesterday for the first time since it came out. Any tips? Just enjoy it. There's a lot more to do than there was at launch. If you have any specific questions, hit me up. But otherwise, kind of just explore. The way tools works now is definitely, like, building, like, crafting weapons and stuff is definitely going to be a lot different than you remember it. But otherwise... I'm trying to think of general advice these days. There's really not, like, a huge reason to, like, build in the perfect spot in between biomes. Like, vehicles are pretty easy to build these days. If you need a vehicle tutorial, check out my page. But otherwise, I'm trying to think of good, like, the best general tip for newcomers these days. What do you think, Zep? What do you think? Concur. I'm gonna visit with the other experts, see what they think. What do you think, J-Dub? You're here too. I mean, everybody, almost all my people here are pretty much experts, but what do you guys think? What's the best, like, general newcomer advice? Like, if you could put it into, like, one sentence, one line, one tip. Don't try to rush the process. Use the codex. When you pick up items, generally you'll discover the recipes. So just go through your codex, and if you want to learn, if you've already discovered it, and you want to know how to make it, you know, before you have the machine, you know what it needs and stuff like that. Same thing with, like, just anything like that in general. Just keeping track of what you need and what you have. As you collect more resources, you'll collect more recipes to build more builds, more tools, more weapons, all that stuff. Also, to get more hearts, get better charms is generally a newcomer question I get a lot, is how do I get more hearts? And that is to, as you collect more materials and different materials, you'll unlock recipes for better charms. And then at that point, you'll need to explore and find those materials to build those charms, and then you'll have more health, making you stronger against enemies you fight in the future. Oh, you're on Cozy? Yeah, perfect. Starting on Cozy is definitely a good way to go now, because they didn't have that mode when it first came out. Yeah, don't go straight to expert. Yeah, Cozy mode's perfect, so you can get a handle. Like, once you learn where everything is, kind of what all the enemies are about while you're fighting them. I swear the luck just ain't hitting like it used to. It just isn't hitting like it used to. Hey, I kind of feel the same way. I wish there was, like, it'd be cool for, because like it would be in the spirit of having like a shared world with 8 people. Like, imagine if there was like this POI and it had like this faction there, right? Like these like pirates or these explorers, and you get there and they're like building a giant sculpture or a giant statue, and they're like, hey man, it'd really be chill if you could get together with our village, donate some wood, donate some stone, and we could get this big giant monument built up, and we'll put your name on it when we're finished. And then you'd be like, yeah, bet. And then you'd be like, okay, yeah, that's gonna be like 10,000 wood, 5,000 planks, 4,000 granite, and you'd like chip away at it. Like you'd go there and like deposit like a handful of stuff, and it would like track the progress. And then as you deposited more in, it would like build up in different phases. You had to build the feet, and then like the foundation, and then the bottom, and then the middle, and then the crown. Oh, good call. And then, you know, you'd have to dump in, like, you'd be a big group effort or a big giant effort in a solo world. That's a good call on my weapon. I switched up here. But you know what I mean? Some big, massive, collaborative effort with materials like that. So it gave people like me more of a purpose to put our mass, like, amount of items that we may or may not ever use. See, now it's rifted. Now we get a whole other sword to use. I probably could have pushed it a little further, but I wasn't gonna chance it. Does more damage now too. Smash, smash. Because then you could go, there could be like 5 factions or like 5 monuments around the map, or like one for each biome. You know, maybe there's a hidden faction and a monument that needs building in each biome, and you have to get like those biome specific materials in crazy amounts to like help build it. And then this monument is like a crown in your world that you could go visit or build around, or once you get it built, you get it as like a build item, or like a, like maybe it's a prefab, you know, maybe it's like a made of multiple parts. Maybe this sculpture is like made of multiple pieces that you would put together like a prefab, and you like unlock the prefab for the sculpture. You'd be surprised how quickly we'll go through this. I'll probably another half hour or less. I'll probably almost be through the whole thing. What's in here? Actually, might as well. I'm not going to collect all of it now. There will be a time where I do some more cave running. I would like to collect a ridiculous amount of bright core, get 3 chests full of that, and then get my ruby up, my rough ruby up like crazy. Yo, what's going on, Reed? Welcome back. Josh Camp, thank you. I really appreciate the support. Thank you for the kind words. It really does mean a lot. Even your guys, just every one view of my videos, every like, every comment, every share, the fact that you guys find it interesting to begin with, it really means a lot to me. Yeah, J-Dub's here too. The whole gang. The gang's all here. I actually like the 5-minute buff that I get from the tropical smoothies. Otherwise, I eat other food for hunger instead. But it gives me a 5-minute stamina buff, so I might as well take advantage of that. Help me run around a little bit quicker. Thanks, man. Yo, okay, is better. How you doing? Explore and farm materials, my tip. Only way to understand the game. Yeah. Like, if every biome is different. So, like, obviously, you know, grasslands will have grasslands caves. Deserts will have desert caves. And so forth. Same with Lost Isles. Lost Isles even have a specific kind of cave. Once you make a visit to each one of those, you'll start to see the pattern of what each of those offers. Cause like I'll make, like, I still want to go back and make some like really short like content, like 20-30 second tight videos for TikTok and YouTube Shorts, where it's literally just like where to find amber, or what I could probably do into like maybe longer 1-minute videos is like where to find all the different materials that the grasslands offers, kind of deal, where it's literally where, and so it would go over where to find amber, where to find knotroot, and then, but even then, knotroot's found in like different cave systems throughout different biomes anyway. So I guess a video on each individual, like where to find knotroot, because there's like 4 different places to find knotroot. And then for each, I could be like, well, here's the best tool and best rune combo to farm this material. Yeah, I can make the video more, have more value. It's like knotroot, I could be like, we'll get a epic pickaxe. You don't need 4, like, I don't know what the meta is for it, but it's like, you don't need 4 runes, so let's make it ruby for extra speed, give it the gold hilt for the 3rd rune slot, and then we put X, Y, and Z on it, and that's the best the best thing for knotroot. Because different materials might be different combos, I think. So you got 2 off that second guy. Got 3. Is this Elden Ring? I mean, if you're on expert mode, don't have good charms, and don't have good weapons, sometimes it feels that way, but no. It is not meant to be anywhere near the difficulty of that game, but it is, sometimes it can be there. It can be close. I want to say close. In the same area. I've never played the Save the World. It looks fun. It looks like a type of game I would enjoy for sure. I like zombie, horde, survival type games in general. I don't really need this stuff, but we're getting a lot of storm core. I don't really need the silk too much, but the meat is nice. And then obviously the storm core is where it's at. The thing that sucks is like storm core is tough to get. You only get 1 at a time, and then everything that you use it for, obviously you're using 1 or more. So if you ever want to make a lot of an item that's going to require it, you're going to need a lot of it to begin with. Days Gone? No, I've never played that. Trying to, I don't know why the name is escaping me. It was like an arcade-style zombie game where you were in a shopping mall. It wasn't Left 4 Dead. It was called, shoot, what was it called? It was a really good game. Someone probably knows what I'm talking about. It was like a more modern, like, third-person zombie game, but it was like very arcadey style. And they had like a weird story mode that had multiple outcomes. Dead Island? No, that's not it. It would ring a bell, and I'm sure that is a game that's similar. There's so many zombie games out there. Hey, have a good one, Connor. I remember you had a camera in the game too, like you like took like actual like photographs, like you were a reporter or something. Dead Rising, that's the one, Matt. You got it. I was about to look it up. Dead Rising, thank you. As soon as I heard it, I would know it. Dead Rising, that is a really fun game. Really fun. For like a zombie game. I don't think it's multiplayer, but it is really fun. It was a single player. Yeah, Dead Rising, super fun. I remember like you could go to like the little food court area, like the little there's like the little Starbucks, and you could like blend up different shakes and get buffs and stuff. Like it was so fun. Yeah, Dead Rising. That's the one. Thank you. Because I'm pretty sure it was one of those games that had like multiple endings depending on like the decisions you made through the main playthrough. Like whether you like escaped the mall and got away, or whether certain characters died and stuff. But I'm sure there was games like that around then too, but it was still probably a relatively unique concept. What's new to LEGO Fortnite? I haven't played since Star Wars update in May 2024. Oh, it's been a while. We got an end game boss. So it's not the exact, I think it works a little bit the same. But the Storm King from Save the World is one of the current end game boss in LEGO Fortnite now. So instead of just brutes around the world, the Storm King is a boss that you have to level up a Storm Chasers village, and then like do some other like tasks like fighting Raven and some other boss, like mini bosses, and then you're able to like open the gateway to the Storm King, and then it's like a whole big cinematic battle. Yeah, he's like an Ender Dragon, and I'm sure he won't. He's like the first of many, so I'm sure we'll get more big bads, kind of like Minecraft does, because I think they have like the Ender Dragon, and there's like some other realm lord boss things or something. So. But yeah, we have our first ever big bad. And it's pretty, if you're playing on expert mode, it's pretty darn difficult. Also, if you only played when Star Wars came out, I think expert came out after Star Wars, no? Now I don't remember the order. I think expert came out after Star Wars. And expert in general is if you're looking for a tougher experience of the game, it's not like impossible. It's not like, you know, Elden Ring. But it's definitely a much more like fitting experience for like maybe the more experienced gamer. I should have brought a essence table too. That's the one thing I wish I could stack and farm was essence. I kind of miss when they were called runes and we spent materials for them in a way. Because like then you needed a blast core for every damage rune you wanted to apply in Ruby or whatever it was, but like it got you so far. For one, it was a good trade-off. And then on top of that, we also got a Lost Isles update since then, which was the Colombo Islands. They're called the Lost Isles. They are a unique set of islands off the coast of the mainland that feature like some unique sub-biomes. They're not like full-blown biomes, but there's like a jungle part, a beach part, a plains part, a mountain part. There's like floating islands that are really pretty all over the place. And that offers a subset of materials that you can't get anywhere else, like gold and emerald. So there's like the Lost Isles is a new biome where, and then it has like sub biomes within it, and that has villages to upgrade and rewards to unlock. So if you upgrade a village in the Lost Isles, you actually get these really beautiful Tudor style houses for free. What sword am I using? Gold and sapphire. It has damage 3, durability 3, luck 3, and stormbane 3. They're spawning fast right now. I'm getting a good rotation. I'm getting lucky on the actual blasters instead of them being something else. Ah. Aha. Roxy, how you doing? We're gathering blast core. I finally found one of the special blaster chambers. This is what it looks like in all its glory. Super glue this into your memory, what this looks like. Very distinct chamber. It's like enclosed. There's no, like, there is a way here in some caves, if you find this chamber, that will lead to another area or an exit. But generally, when you walk in and you find this chamber, it's just random RNG and random desert caves, but you'll come in and this will be the scene. You'll find this pool here, and then as you go in, you'll boom, it kind of descends down. There's those 2 water lava falls with a pathway going right between them. And then once you get down here, it's kind of just like a small little circle. Like, it's not a perfect circle, but like if you stand here, it's just this. It doesn't go any further than the eye, like doesn't go any further back there. That's as far as it goes. Like this just goes around that little pillar. And then that's a dead end right now, but in other caves it might be like an exit. But like this is the extent of the chamber. It's very small and has tons of blaster spawn locations. And they respawn stupid fast. Yeah, the ones that respawn constantly. They share locations with the other stuff, so you have to kill the spiders and the scorpions. Otherwise, if you leave the scorpion, it'll stay a scorpion, but if you kill it, it has a chance to come back as a blaster. But yeah, I'll be making a video about it now. That'll be tomorrow's video. Ooh. I missed. So the faster you take out the scorpions and the spiders, the faster they have a chance to come back as a blaster, which is obviously what we want. So sometimes you'll get luckier than others. Like there is a chance that when I sweep through here, they could, if I rolled it, if the dice and the stars aligned, they could all be blasters, but it's obviously just like really low chances of that happening all at once. And even if they were, I'd kill them and then they'd all spawn as something else probably again. Is there a specific fish dropped by storm? Are you asking about the thing in the codex that used to be there? I don't even think it's there anymore. But yeah, you can get the legendary Stormclopper from a Stormwild bear. However, it's like pretty uncommon. It's not very likely. You just get it from fishing. You can get it from fishing as well. Just fish out of a grasslands lake. And if it's storming, your chances will be higher. So it's only been like 15 minutes, and I'm already like most of the way through this. Allie was like, "Man, you're gonna be here all day." That was when my weapon first, I rifted it originally. Now look at it. It's only been like less than 15 minutes, or about 15 minutes since they made that comment. So we're going through this one pretty quick, and then it'll be legendary, which I think has a little bit more durability than rifted, but I really don't know. I've never counted the hits. Can you really get sloped vehicle parts? Yeah, of course. I think that I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the sloped vehicle parts unlock when you do the storm chaser stuff. Like, I'm in an expert world. This isn't sandbox. Like, I have them unlocked. They should be there. I think they get unlocked when you do the storm chaser village upgrades. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong and if you know better. That's about the best thing. Wood foundations are good. Another thing I like to do is farm plots. I'm not even necessarily trying to get this to legendary. I'm just farming, and the legendary is just going to be a byproduct. I don't know what level. I think you get them at about, because there's the two different vehicles, right? There's this one, the Storm Chaser, but then there's like this boat one, the little barge. And I swear these two came out at the same time with the Storm Chasers update. This is the one you actually build for the Storm Chasers quest. I just don't know. Is it level 10 that you unlock it? I don't know the unlock conditions for this. Like, I actually have no idea what the unlock conditions are. But I know when you unlock this prefab is when you get it. I just don't know what unlocks that prefab specifically. People are saying level 10 village. Yeah, that could be it. Do the journal quests? That's not those, is it? I guess the journal quests. But you only get those after you level up to 10, right? Isn't that how it works? I can't remember. Level 10 little barge. Okay, that makes sense. See? You guys got me covered. Any tips on how to do the spear jab attack consistently? I've been struggling. I think it's just bugged because I have the same problem. Like, if you just keep spam clicking randomly, it's just like, we're not gonna do anything. Yeah, it's quite annoying. I think it has to do with something, the fact that like if you hold down it throws it, so it's getting like confused or something. It just feels buggy. There's nothing you can do to really prevent it per se. Hey, I missed. Hey, have a good one. Oh, we're on our third stack so far in this run. How many? I'll be able to do a precise calculation on how much one sword, rifted and legendary durability used up, gets me for one run. We're getting there. I'm full on essence. No, I should have brought materials for this. I could have like brought more weapons and like started rifting them, or not rifting them, but ruining them up. Because when I leave this cave, I believe they disappear. But I've been wanting to do this for a while, so I'm gonna let loose and farm it up. I know it's repetitive, but I've been looking for one of these cave chambers in my world for a while. I guess I've not consistently, but it's been so I looked another time and I've been wanting to find one ever since. If I'm low on a certain item and there's a way to get more of it, I like to do it. No, I don't think, like, it seems like it's just pretty random every once in a while. It just doesn't want you to attack. Because, yeah, I kind of thought the same thing. However, they did, I think it was a passive change just from the update they did a couple weeks ago. The spear, now when you do a jump attack, you know how before if you did a jump attack with the spear, you'd be, like, stuck in the ground for, like, ever? Well, now when you do the spear jump attack, you pretty much recover immediately and you can roll away or attack again. So it's actually pretty good to do a spear jump attack right into regular attacks now. Because there's no, like, well, like, there's no time where your character is just sitting there doing nothing. Oh my god, scorpions galore. They're everywhere. Hey, how's it going, kind of chill? You're playing an expert? Heck yeah, dude. Just grinding up the blast core today. I'm at like almost working on my 3rd stack here, but I think I collected at least 2 other stacks on my run back to the base. Yo, the great GJ, thank you for the follow. Or the share, rather. Yordi, thank you for the follow. Come check me out on YouTube and Twitch. I'm live there right now, guys. Same username. Come find me. For better quality. Granted, I read all my comments from all my streams, but come join me on the others. Because TikTok was saved again, but it was not saved, rather. It got delayed. TikTok got another 75 days, which probably what I didn't say that's what was probably going to happen. But it's still not guaranteed. So go follow me on the other socials. Because we only have another 75 days before maybe TikTok is banned. Even though it probably won't be. But what if it doesn't get banned, but like you can tell after they did the deal that it's just like not the same and nobody wants to be on TikTok anymore? Because wouldn't that be hilarious? If they just like sold TikTok to like a US company and then they're like, all the people were just like, yeah, we don't want to use it anymore, so they just spend all that money for nothing. No, caves do not respawn materials. I just haven't farmed these ones yet. They did get a little bit of a replenish during the Storm King update because they kind of changed how they moved. Amber used to be outside in the deserts. Now it's inside of grasslands caves. So certain caves they didn't get like respawn, but they did get a little bit of a replenish of certain materials just because there was like a general rework of the materials in a way. So there's that. Oh, my Sheila. No. Imagine that. the first one I've had blow up on me all day. I was barely paying attention. Ding. Extra cinematic. Boom! Scorpion was part of the celebration too. And now it's legendary. Ow. I swear it does less damage now though. Or the same as Rifted. Oh, that's what you were calling out, Allie. I'm like, getting there. It's finally there now. It only took 25 minutes of pure destruction. Ooh, we getting lucky. Still a little bit early, yeah, that's all. Nothing wrong with that. Mirror. And I don't have to work all the way through this legendary. I could technically call it anytime I want, but maybe we'll get another 80 stack and we can call it for the day. Oh god. Is there a legendary totem? Yeah, I'm just not wearing it right now. There's only one legendary totem. It's the legendary storm charm. Well, not a return totem. No. If that's what you're, like, if you're using those words specifically as in, like, totem of return, then no. Highest totem of return is blue. Or rare. And what's good, if you have a world with friends, multiple people, you find more than one of these chambers in a different cave, you got 2 people going at once. Go crazy. Teamwork makes the dream work. I wish they would buff the spear's throw damage. I don't get how a crossbow is able to shoot a little arrow that does like 32 or whatever damage when it's fully buffed up, and then throwing a gigantic spear does less damage than that does. And game, like, you know, game balance wise, like the crossbow is doing more damage, and if you have, it's easy to get arrows, so you're basically just doing that much damage on an unlimited basis. Whereas the spear, oh, I'm getting yawny now. Too early for that. With the spear, you have to throw it, which means it's leaving your inventory, and you either have to have another one or go pick it back up before you can throw it again. So I think just balance-wise, the throw on the spear should be significantly more than it is now to make it a little more balanced, or at least a bit more. Yeah, update or name the bus stations. Like, they gave us naming the villages. I don't know why they wouldn't have just included the bus stations as well. I usually don't use lightsabers as weapons. Generally, any purple weapon or better with runes on it is going to be better in that it does more damage. All that can have luck on it, whereas lightsaber can't have luck. Does 11 damage no matter what, obviously. It has the jump attacks that are like, what would it be, like 16 or 17 damage. Speedy. Reorder them? Like the numbers on them? It would just be nice to be able to name them whatever, like main base this, main base that. I wish when you went on the map, there was like, I don't know if you can, you should be able to, right here in the legend, you should be able to toggle these. So like, if I want to look at my map, but I don't want to look at all the bus stations, or I don't want all those cave markers to be in the way, I should be able to toggle these off. Same with like village markers. I should be able to toggle the markers on and off while I'm using the map, so that way it's not more cluttered than I want it to be. It's like I have so many villages and... Oh my god, stop yawning. I couldn't hold that one in. I guess I need a nap later tonight. Or I'm just gonna go to bed early. A lot of times I will take like a early afternoon, like 30-minute snooze before streams. Today I'm just like, I think it's for the non-engaging stuff I'm doing here. I think even though I'm staying, my mouth is moving, my brain is just like turning into soup. Which probably means it's a good time to reel it in. I'm only at 50 out of this 80 stack, but I think it's a good time to call it on running the this. We can go do a different activity for the rest of the day, I think. This only is, yeah, I'm a little zoned out. Just a little bit. While I'm here, let's go grab these. Give me the ruby. Is there more ruby? Actually, give me the bright core too. Dunk. What was I, full? Or I just speed away too quickly? Might as well farm the rest of it. I did it. I haven't done this in so long. Once I go off the lava and back on, then it'll hurt me again, but there's a glitch where you can lava walk. Don't do it, Anakin! I have the high ground! I hate you! Sorry. Just cosplaying in the lava. Give me the goods. we out of here. You were the chosen one, Anakin. You were meant to destroy the Sith, not join them. It's 3 a.m. for you? Like I said, it's having a sleepy day, I guess. Some days when you're over 30 years old, it'd be like that. Middle of the day comes around, and you're just like, you know what? I am feeling a little snoozy. But again, when you run around in a circle in a tiny cave for almost 2 hours, it'll get to you. Hey! Not nice. Shut up. Quit knock at me. Random question. Do you know when the sloped vehicle parts are unlocked? Should I work on dry land process? You need to upgrade your Storm Chasers village to level 10, which means you're going to need to defeat the Storm King. Now here's the thing. You probably could use the pieces that are not... Okay. So for my vehicle tutorial, it might be worth me just remaking the video. Because not everybody's gotten their... I didn't realize that was the threshold for those pieces, which is kind of like, not hard, but it's more annoying. So this is just an 8x4x2. They're much heavier and stronger than these ones, but there is an 8x4... It should be. No? Guess there isn't. There should be a similarly shaped piece somewhere in here. Hold on. You would just use a different comment. If you only have these ones, essentially the math might be different because there's not one that's 8. Yeah, no, that one's not 8 either. That one's 6x6. That one's... I guess you could use the 8x8s. Those would work. It'd make it a little bit bigger, but the design would end up being a little bit different. But you could, by all means, use these ones instead, the non-sloped ones. I think these ones are just lighter, and they break easier, I think. Like, if you run into something with these compared to the sloped ones, like, these ones just, like, crumble. Yeah, how's it going, Farrell? How have you been? So I finally found the blaster, so now we got, like, we got a healthy amount. We're a healthy amount. We're not to an insane amount yet, just a healthy amount. It took us 2 hours, and we probably got about 300 plus blast score. Lord of the Rings LEGO collab would go hard. Toxic, also thank you for the heart, me and Alvin, thank you for the heart, me and the roses from earlier. How's it going, by the way, Toxic? I want a Lego SpongeBob collab. No, just kidding. That would be fun, though. Go, go, go. She's actually at work tonight. But I am kind of hungry again. I had a small meal before the stream. I'm kind of feeling something, another small something before she gets off, because usually we'll just eat when she's get off.
Some of you
die,
may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Boom. How much is that total? 394. That's a lot. We don't even have one row of a chest yet. That was all the grinding we did today, and that's what we got. Do you think one day you'll say, you know what, I'm done with LEGO Fortnite? I mean, probably. I don't think it'll last forever. Nothing lasts forever. But for the extended foreseeable future, no. And obviously things can change, but like I said, with the ways things are going now, and I can't say I am. You know, maybe 5 years from now, 8 years from now, who knows? Maybe I'll change directions. Maybe another game will come out. Maybe Lego will start coming out with just more games in the next decade that are not only survival games, but maybe there's other games, and maybe I just get to branch off into, like, you know, same category, just different vibes from different Lego games. You know, I think Lego just decided they were going to start making all of their future games in-house instead of having, like, someone else develop and publish, which would be interesting. You're working on a better base for your exit world? Heck yeah. Oh my god, everybody's so loud. Their feet. Wait, didn't I need that for... Yeah, we needed those rubies. Oh my god, I hate that glitch. Stop my villagers from clacking their feet. That goes back there. Couldn't remember what I had. Okay, I think I'm gonna actually, you know what? Let's do these and some metal, and I need to make just like a little dump chest for this stuff, or I can put just back up here. Because I'm tired, I don't want to throw it away if I don't have to. And then when I move, I can move it over to the base, the other, because I have an area over here that has more backup storage. Why don't we just go take a visit? And I only need really one chest of that here, but I don't like throwing stuff away. So I might, if I already brought it back, I might as well keep it somewhere. But let's go over to the OG auto farm real quick. Passenger seats, they got moved to the regular chairs section, I believe. Like, so you have to go to like furniture and chairs, and I believe the passenger seats are in there. They're like the little blue ones. No, honestly, it's easy for the blast core. Kind of just collecting it to collect it for now until it becomes maybe more important in the future. Plus, the Star Wars update is coming out, and maybe, who knows, maybe I'll want to make a bunch of thermal detonators for something weird or interesting or fun or whatever it ends up being. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pee. And we're good. And let the dogs out too. Holy farm. I'm gonna show you more farm too. But here, I don't really store the backup food here anymore just because I have plenty at the base. But mostly this is also a pseudo backup storage for other things. So at my main base, I do have 3 chests full of mahogany and mahogany rods. I don't remember how many of these are full, but I believe I've got like a couple more. Yeah, 2. There used to be more in here, but 2 extra mahogany chests here, plus like an extra 16 or so chests of wood that just chill here. And that's all from, excuse me, whenever you auto farm with balloons, the coconuts, or the bananas, not only do you get the coconuts, but you also get wood off of it. So off of just 100 coconut plants, you get, I think it's like 300 wood. It's a lot. So I would just throw it into these chests, and then I literally never have to worry about wood. Yeah, that's the auto farm. That's the backup storage. And then I shall take you guys, we'll go back to the storage base. I have another, this is the auto balloon farm. I'm a bit of a farming enthusiast in this game, as you can see by all the stuff I collect, but let me take you to the speed farm, which you don't have to replant, because the auto balloon farm, you have to replant seeds to keep it going. So this is the storage base, but I also have what I call the food network, which, if you look on the map, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 villages. Each one of those are level 10, and I'll show you an example of one of, actually, yeah, we'll just go over here. So this one takes us over to the chicken village. So this is a level 10 village that just has 7 chickens at it and a villager to take care of them. So 1 villager on animal caretaker, 7 chickens. So that way I can always come over here, and they probably have stuff from the last time I came here. But I can throw in stuff from the farm and feed them food for other items that are useful. And then I actually have like backup storage for here because the base is already full. But then this one takes us back to the village. But then, as you see, there's other jump pads over there that you can take to like get a more direct path to the other outposts. But like over here is the cow village. So there's a level 10 village with 7 cows and 1 villager to take care of all of them. And then from here, we can feed them berries, peppers to get shakes and burgers, and vines for milk. And then we can go from here. How'd you get up there, Daisy? From there, we can hit this one, and this takes us to the speed farm. Now, this farm utilizes the change they made in the most recent update, which they changed it to where, do you remember how when you collected like a pepper, how there would be like a little loading bar? I think I'm lagging. But there would be like a little loading bar when you would collect. Now there's no loading bar, and you can collect as fast as you move and as fast as you click. Ah! Just skip today real quick. What's going on, Jobby? But are you ready to see 350 items harvested extremely fast? And the balloon technically harvests it all at once, but you still have to go pick it up. But watch this. Oh. I guess it's locked into place for some reason. Why did it do that? Weird. Maybe I have to rebuild that one. It clearly got stuck or something. I'll show you on this one. Hopefully they're... Okay, they're all stuck. Maybe it's just this beast goofing it up. Let's try it. Yeah, no, they're like, they like self-locked onto the ground. These aren't hard to rebuild, but it's annoying. Did it do it to all of them? Weird. Wasn't happening before. It was like, went like a whole week with these working fine, and now today they're all locked in. Okay. I guess I'll rebuild one of them real quick. It's bizarre. It's like they're not hard to build, but I think I had more thrusters on this one too. I didn't realize I could add more and it would actually go faster. What? Oh yeah, because I have the stand. That wasn't part of it before. Oh, that's not the right one. Do I have the wrench with me? Oh, I don't. What does it cost again? I don't have a wrench with me, of course. Boo. That's annoying. I have to redo all those. That's the annoying thing about building stuff that doesn't have wheels on it. It like will self-connect itself to other builds randomly like that. I'm pretty sure I've had that happen before. I'm lagging. Just break one block. Will that work? I guess I'd try it with the other one. Yeah, it did seem to disconnect it. Oh, it's gonna still be weird though. Oh, it does seem to work. Sick. That other one's still, like, what another problem that's been happening recently, and it fixes itself when I log out and log back in. But what'll happen is this switch will, like, completely break, and it won't activate correctly. But here, now we can go. Good call. I haven't had this problem happen, like, in the longest time. But yeah, this is the speed farm. And you never have to replant these because you're hand harvesting them. I have a tutorial for this up on TikTok and YouTube. And my magic mouse, yeah. I bought a $40 mouse that has a free spinning scroll wheel. So when you spin it, it just goes like a fidget spinner. And it's like the secret sauce to this method. It's not even the right wall. Oops. See, that's also why you gotta watch it. If you build too close to something, it not only connected them, but it breaks all the toys off of them. I'm gonna worry about that another time. Oops. I'll deal with you tomorrow. No, this one I just gotta fix the channels on. Actually, let's just make this easier. Put these on 3. Yeah, having a free spinning scroll wheel, I just bind the collect button to scroll wheel, and then it's really simple. Like on console, it's a little tough to do it this fast, but you can still do it relatively fast. This is how I collected just like literally, I think over 60,000 food. Yeah, I have it written down actually. I counted all the items in my storage base. Let's see, my animal items, I had 5,170. Miscellaneous, 4,747. Fabric, 21,140. Wood, 40,559. Stone, 21,667. Metal, 12,221. Gems, 14,382. Fish, 4,621, and that includes like baked buckets and stuff like that too. Seeds, 15,751. Food, 66,716. And then kind of miscellaneous too is just other stuff that didn't fall into the other categories, like the weapons and other stuff that was in chests. Was 14,197 for a total 221,161 items in my storage base. Yeah, Vader Escape, right? We actually do need some pineapples. Let's do a run of these real quick. It's almost going too fast. Yeah, I realized you could put more thrusters on these. And look how fast. Like, I want to get it to the point. I almost have it. It farm. There's 175 in each line. And as you can see, in one thrust, like push, I can get. You'll see. We only have like I think if I add like one more, there's just like no room for it. I can maybe change maybe squeeze these in or something like that. But if I could put just a little more power, or you know what? Oh, I don't know why I didn't think of that. Where can I sneak in a balloon? If I can sneak in a balloon somewhere, it'll take some weight off it and make it go even faster. But I don't know if one balloon is enough to like lift this off. But if I could figure out, put a balloon in here, that would make it lighter, meaning it would go faster and glide better. Maybe that's the key to taking it to the next level. So, because like I want to be able to do one button press each direction, not have to do twice, just for a little extra efficiency. What's the ultimate goal of items collected? No, there really isn't a goal. Just get a bunch of it. So that way I have some, basically, lifetime supply. Actually, let's drop off this.
Good evening at work, Lurking. Just wanted to say hi.
Yo, hi. Is that Stein? Yes, it is. I know it's your voice, even though it's the robot voice. I actually do need to restock the pineapples because I used them all for shakes the other day. I made a whole chest full of these! And then we're almost there on the chillberry shakes from the cows. And then let's go get the burgers put away. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Getting there. Yeah, you never know what items will be useful. And it's just satisfying in general. I've got a tutorial on how to do that speed farm. I have tutorial on how to do this jump pad setup. If you want to set up a little network like I have, see, like you want to go to, this is the cow farm, but let's go to the pig farm. The pig farm also has the poo farm, which is that. But there's the pig outpost, and this is just, there's not really anything in these chests yet, but it's just for future proofing. It's for just bringing extra food and seeds to compost, so that way I can get biomass, poo-poo, and soil like on demand. And then right next to that, I figured it was fitting to have the poo farm and the pig farm right next to each other. So these are all pigs, actually. I think it only gives one of these per 10. It's still like the only thing I could do with these. Then we can, this takes us back to the farm. This takes us back to cows. This takes us to rams. Can you do my map? No, sorry. I cannot do that. I do not offer that service. These are the outpost full of 5 rams. I'll have a video up on this network on YouTube sometime this week. Next, we have the outpost village of 7 sheep. This takes us back to the main village. That takes us back to rams. This takes us to... Oh, the lag. Takes us to the lag. No, this takes us to the outpost that has 7 chickens. So as you can see, I have an outpost for each animal with 7 of those animals. What makes this game more fun than Minecraft? I can't give you any reasons. I've never really played Minecraft. I enjoy this game because I'm a huge LEGO fan and I enjoy LEGO building. So I couldn't really give you reasons. That's all up to you to decide. I couldn't give, I don't think I'm in a fair position to someone who has a bias towards LEGO. Like, I just enjoy LEGO, so obviously enjoying a game that's similar to Minecraft, but fully indulge in LEGO design and mechanics is obviously going to appeal to me more. So, yeah, I don't know. For me, I mean, I've never really played Minecraft, but what makes this more fun for me is just a huge part of it's the LEGO aesthetic. And everything you build is...
Are you going to be picking up the $1,000 Death Star? Ha ha!
No. 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 Dark Horse, thank you for the heart me's in the Minecrafts, by the way. Oh, yeah, so... I used to have... Here, let's go to... the old world. Not really. See all this stuff here? Like, there's more. This is where my old setup used to be. Or, like, where I'm at now, this is kind of like the new storage base and new area that I set up around it. And I still have villagers over here, which we could go collect from right now even. I have a system set up over here as well. Although it's not quite as, I don't have the angled jump pad set up over here yet. But this, my old storage base, I actually didn't delete it. It's still here. None of the stuff is in it other than the chests on the walls. But this used to, I have tons of villages. Technically, there's not even a village outpost here. There's a village outpost there, there's a village outpost there, and then there's a couple around here that are, instead of being animal outposts, they're village outposts. Because the way it works is, in any given village, you can have 10, oh, bye. You can have 10 residents total. You can have up to 7 animals and 3 villagers, or up to 7 villagers and 3 animals, going either way. So these villages here, here, and here, and even this yellow one and this blue one, those are all set up to have 7 villagers that are doing a specific task. So this is my old storage base. And yes, even without markings, I knew where everything was. I can still tell you where things are. You guys, I mean, it's not in there, but this is where the wooden rods would have gone. This is where the good old marble slabs would have gone. Oh, sandstone chests. I'll miss you. No, I literally still know where everything went, where everything goes. It's still like set up to work out of, but nothing's in here. Like literally, it's besides the stuff on the wall still. So this village, or it's technically, again, it doesn't even have a village set up here. But I've got a couple of villages that are just for show, like this one. This is not, like, this was my original base, where I, like, when I first started this expert world, and I had some storage in it, but I since moved out of it. But mostly this was my first village that I built in expert that I just wanted to look pretty. There is no other goal, really, than to just make a kick-ass looking village in my expert world. And this is one of many. So this is my Durburger Castle. The what on my roof? The rune? Oh, the rune forge? You just use the sideways / upside down building technique. I have tutorials for that on my TikTok. Actually, if you go to my Instagram, I'm doing reposts on Instagram because I haven't posted there in a while, so I'm just re-uploading old content there until I catch up. But I just posted the sideways upside down building technique on my Instagram, so it's like a recent short reel over there, and it shows you how to build sideways and upside down, and literally you use the same method for all items that you want to build upside down or sideways. This is my Shogun Castle village. This is the first village that I built that has a fully 360-degree enclosed wall going around it. And then I also challenged myself to combine Shogun and Castle cohesively into one village. And this is the product. How can you still enjoy playing this? Because I enjoy building stuff. Every build is like a new drawing. Or, you know, if, like, you're an artist and you like to build creative things, it's like you don't get bored after you finish one sketch. You know, you go on to another sketch and then another sketch, and you fill up your whole notebook. And then when you fill up that notebook full of sketches, you buy a new notebook, and then you make more sketches. And if you're passionate about it, that's just, you know, you'll enjoy it every step of the way, you know? Map code? There is no map code for this, because you'd get the map, but you wouldn't get any of the builds. Then let's go take you to my other village in this world, and then I'll probably call it a night. Started early, I'll end a little early. But let's go over to the other. This is where I have a lot of my stuff set up for like efficiency, just so it's all close together. But I do have my Lost Isles village over here. I'll show you this before we log off. Ooh, a skeleton T-Rex would be an amazing like decor item. Oh, and the ones that count as villages are any ones that you see one of these. This one's not a level 10, but no, this one's a level 10, this one's a level 10, this one's a level 10. I mean, I could count my level 10 villages. There's a level 10 village here. And I guess technically the Star Wars is a level 10 village. And I guess technically Storm Chasers is a level 10 village. I don't think I leveled any of those up to 10. So it's like, what, 3? Oh. Dang it! It did it. It crashed my game. I have a video on that. I think I'm just going to call it there. I don't even feel like logging back in right now. I was going to call it after I did a quick tour of that village anyway. But the game, about 50-50 chance my game crashes when I go to that village. I don't know if it's because of the builds or just chance, but I think we'll call it there for the night. That way I don't have to wait 5 minutes just to load the game back up and then 5 minutes to show you the village and then log off anyway. I was going to call it there, but thank you guys so much for hanging out. Enjoy the black screen for the last 30 seconds. Who are we rating over to, first of all? And then for everybody else, come check me out on Twitch and YouTube if you're on TikTok. Highly encourage you guys, especially the TikTok technically got another 75-day extension to the ban. But otherwise, it still very well could happen, I suppose. So come follow me on other socials. Plus, you're going to want to follow me on YouTube. I've been posting more long-form content, and I will continue to. So come check me out on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, same username. But otherwise, I'm going to call it here for the night. If we could get any LEGO collection in the game, which would it be? What do you mean by LEGO collection exactly? Yeah, let's see if we got someone to raid over to. Oh, LEGO Moxie's live right now. Let's do that. Oh, Munch too. I say we could do. I don't think we've raided over to them before. We've raided over to Moxie. I'm down to spread out the love. Bam. Oh, I'd love to see space. If anything, like we have castle, we have like some piratey stuff, we have like some Shogun kind of ninja style stuff. So like, the only thing we're missing is like that. But thank you guys so much for hanging out here on Twitch. You guys are amazing. Go show Munch311 some love. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Although I'm ending it for the night. Stream is over. But why? Dude's worried too much about what other people do. Better not be LEGO Fortnite. But I'm out of here, guys. That's the stream. See you guys.